show hitting the scene. Shit tales of Oz and foreigner dreams. Tales are crazy wild as the wind. Laughs and madness could make you spin. Shit tales rolling forward as king. The podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on Podcast C. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide. From down under to the Sunshine State, mishaps and mayhem can't escape fate. Chuvalo and Croc Dundee, a wild ride on Podcast C. Shit tales rolling Florida's king. Podcast chaos, it's a wild thing. Tuning folks for a hell of a ride. Crazy stories far and wide.
Welcome, everybody. I know award season usually doesn't start off until January, but fuck it, we're going first. I have with me, as always, friend and co-host, Anthony Caruso.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone here, and welcome to an amazing awards ceremony for the Florida Man Shit Towns of Australia podcast. And NCR, I have to say, I am very impressed with the new room today.
Yeah, I had to call in a lot of favors, had to borrow a lot of money that I don't own, and I'm not paying back.
I would expect nothing less.
But we are joined today on the main stage with a great friend, another fantastic, talented YouTuber, the one, the only, Mark, the sarcastic law student.
Well, you go on about how talented I am, and I'm sat here on the bottom step. I mean, look at this. Is this any way to treat your guests? When somebody comes over to your house, do you just make them sit on the bottom step? Is that what's going on here?
Well, yes.
I knew it. I bloody knew it. I knew it. I knew it.
Well,
Well,
let's be honest. You're down there because of what happened to Wales in the rugby earlier this year to Australia.
I didn't start that.
No, we know. But you had 50 put on you. You let Australia raise the bat.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do. Yeah.
I know. Hey, look, at least you got pleasure in England getting beaten by us, didn't you?
Well, I'm kind of lucky because I'm half and half, so I can support whichever side wins in that particular game.
But
nice.
of course, NCR, we are here to celebrate the best, or indeed the worst, of our podcasts throughout the year.
Oh, yes. And we have some incredible awards. But let's start off with something a little bit wholesome before we get down and dirty to the shenanigans and the shittery that is this podcast and the award winners. We all grew up watching Steve Irwin and learning a lot from him. So our first award would be the Steve Irwin Award involving animal stories.
This story, of course, is sponsored by Macquarie University, whether they know it or not.
Your check better be in the mail. That's all I'm saying.
Exactly.
I just want to slightly interrupt proceedings here just to point out that the last time NCR was wholesome with anything, the chair broke and things happened. And
I
that's why
will
I'm on the
fuck-
bottom step.
I will fucking kick you, Mark. I will beat you with an award and end
Did
up
you-
on the next.
Did you run in with a steel chair, NCR?
Well, the steel
No.
chair running something.
No, as a lot of you may know, within my first year of being on YouTube, I was on a live stream with some friends, and my chair fucking broke.
And some of us can't let him get away with that for reasons
Yes, you guys had fun with that.
that have become clear over multiple years since
Now,
it happened.
our first two nominees are: a man comes home to check his house after Hurricane Milton, only to find a surprise in his pool. A live alligator in his pool, forcing him to call animal control to come deal with the rogue reptile. Surprisingly, it was only a 2-foot baby alligator. Our second nominee is a roaming kangaroo in Volusia County, who has been residents have been advised by the sheriff to leave it alone because it is unpredictable and may attack.
I mean, that first story is just simply amazing, isn't it, Mark? I mean, that is so quintessentially Florida, isn't it?
Well, yeah, I mean, that sounds like a normal Friday night in Florida, to be honest with you. I mean, it's not like I don't know of anybody whose family member might have actually come home with one of those particular creatures and installed it
Hey,
somewhere.
hey. They got a surprise from it, and it was duct taped.
But the roving kangaroo. Oh, that's going to take some beating. Well, ladies and gentlemen, from Australia, the two stories we have. The first one is from Adelaide, where a vet was fined for fingering dogs and drinking their jizz, but somehow managed to keep their license to continue practicing.
Wait, what?
Yes.
Oh, you mean
Yeah.
this actually happened? We're not just making this up for the internet.
No,
This is real.
No, this
All these
actually
stories
happens.
are real.
Yeah. Surprise. Yep. And my second story from Hobart, where a woman proceeded to catch a trout, perform a sex act on it, filmed it, and shared it on social media.
Did she go bass to trout?
I can neither confirm nor deny that, but I can also confirm that I can also neither confirm nor deny that that trout turned into a red snapper.
I mean, on the scale of dodgy stuff, I mean, just oh my god!
We warned you.
I know you warned me, but bloody hell, you didn't think it. You didn't tell me it was going to be this bad. I mean, this is.
Oh,
is
oh,
horrendous.
you think this is bad? We haven't even got started.
NCR, who is the runner-up?
The runner-up, roaming kangaroo in Volusia County, Florida.
Well done, Skippy. You've done us proud. But our winner of the Steve Irwin Award for Best Story Involving Animals, sponsored by Macquarie University, is the Rogue Vet from Adelaide. Congratulations. Somehow you managed to commit some of the most atrocious behavior to animals as a vet and kept your license.
What's that, Skip? Somebody fingered a dog, Skip. Fucking hell, Skip. Oh my god. Just,
Our second
I
award,
don't even
ladies-
want to know how, just or why.
Yeah.
I don't want to ask questions because I really don't want to know the answers.
Our second award, ladies and gentlemen, is a very special one. And NCR, I think you're going to have to get a couple of clips ready for this, because it wouldn't be a show without some nudity going on. And our next award is the Troy McClure Award for Excellence towards Hardcore Nudity.
Hold on. Let's do this proper.
I'm Troy McClure, and I'll leave you with what we all came here to see: hardcore nudity.
Oh my god!
Mark, get ready for a treat.
And of course, this award is proudly brought to you by one of our other great sponsors at Hank's Decking.
That's right, folks. Hank's Decking have the biggest and best deck in town.
Now that's one hell of a dick pic.
You mean a deck pick? That too.
That too.
Yeah, indeed.
Ah,
Our first nomination for the Troy McClure Award takes us to Darwin, where a horn dog accidentally exposes an uncontrollable boner to a teen employee at a Hungry Jack's drive-thru after experimenting with dick pills at an orgy. Yes,
never
ladies and
It is
gentlemen,
in the
say-
king sized.
Now, for full disclosure about this, first off, a Hungry Jack's in Australia is basically the equivalent of Burger King everywhere else. And this is something we didn't actually get to cover because this was only done when we were going through it in Discord, but what a story this was. A farrier from Humpty Doo, south of Darwin, received a 9-month good behaviour bond after the judge accepted the guilty plea and account of what happened. The court found that there had been no sexual intent, but the young service worker who saw Richardson's private parts was said to be left traumatized and embarrassed. Basically, what had happened was that the gentleman in question had attended an orgy, experimented with some high-powered Viagra. After the end of the orgy, felt a bit famished, went to a Hungry Jack's, got some food, and accidentally exposed himself to a teenage employee. The best part about it is I've got a couple of photos here. Do we want to show a photo of this bloke here, NCR, or because it was deemed an accident, we won't embarrass him?
Let's not embarrass him, but by showing his photos, but let's just take the piss out of him.
Yeah, absolutely. The best part about this NCR and Mark, as you know, one of the greatest newspapers of all time is the NT News. We've all seen their headline articles. How funny are they at the best of times?
Pretty damn funny.
I'm just still sat here thinking that if this guy is from Darwin, if ever he was in a more aptly named place, because if he did that around here, he would be getting an award of some kind.
Well, would you like to hear what the NT News came up with for their headline?
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. The boners are better at Hungry Jack's. And the follow-up. A cracked fat ends in court. Drive-through Whopper charge.
I just
Was it a
dread
double
to
Whopper?
think.
Sorry?
Was it a double whopper?
Considering the strength of the drugs, it might have been.
I mean, if it wasn't a double, it was probably a double by the time you finished with it. I mean, you had enough meat there to, yeah.
I
Feeding
ordered extra. I didn't order extra mayo on my sandwich.
Oh, not for the last time that we're going to be mentioning this one in particular. But our next story takes us to a very special city.
The city of Townsville is under attack.
Where a mega gronk has been jailed for threatening their neighbor with a katana, stripped naked, and then dropped a deuce while being arrested.
Wait, why does this story sound familiar? I think I should probably finish that with no comment.
You can neither confirm nor deny that rumor. NCR, who are your nominations?
Well, I have this following on a Florida woman was accused of walking around naked outside of her fence to intimidate her neighbors at a birthday party. A 53-year-old woman decided to get back at her neighbors by going out and giving the kids a show by giving them an anatomical class on the female anatomy.
For some reason, that story sounds familiar as well.
Can we get a comment?
I've led a very sheltered life.
We can tell.
But our second nominee for this from the Florida Man segment is Grandma scares off naked intruder by popping out her dentures and yelling, "Grandma, no teeth!" A highly intoxicated man appeared on the porch of a 83-year-old Florida woman where she thought it was one of her cats, opens the blinds to see a naked Florida man gyrating. So she retaliates by popping out her dentures and yelling, "Grandma, no teeth."
Wow. Damn.
Well, I was eating.
Yeah.
That's poor choice on you, man.
Yeah, to be honest, I should have known better. But
some very strong stories here for the Troy McClure Award. The runner-up, and to be honest, I think it's a bit of an upset, this, but it only goes to the strength of the stories. The runner-up is the Horn Dog from Darwin. Yeah, I just think he just didn't quite take enough Viagra to make that extra inch to win this award.
He's only short by an inch.
Yeah. NCR, who is the winner?
well, I mean, that's one way to come up short.
The winner of the Troy McClure Award is Grandma No Teeth.
Oh, well done. Polite golf clap, everyone. Our next award. And, you know, with a lot of these awards, we were very honoured to be associated with some very fine people and some very fine businesses that have supported us over this time. Our next award is the Captain's Award. NCR, what is it for?
The Captain's Award is commonly known as the FAFO, or the Fuck Around and Find Out Award, for instant karma.
Hang on, you gotta say that properly.
Fuck around and find out.
And of course, we do have a great sponsor for this award as well.
Do you need a story to be checked out or someone's a child to be verified? Then look no further than Coded Detective Agency. With over 20 years experience in the Atlanta area, Coded Detective Agency are the very people you need to be able to find out a story and run with it without needing to check those important facts and details. For find out more, phone 1-800 I don't have a fucking clue. Coded Detective Agency, proudly supporting the Atlanta region.
Ha 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 ha!
He was one of our
Sorry.
first sponsors.
Yeah.
We're still waiting on that damn check, though.
I get the feeling we're going to get paid in dollar bills.
As long as it's not vacuum repair vouchers, I'm fine with it.
It won't be by a bank transfer, anyway, put it that way.
Look, Western Union, if you've managed to pick up the money, let us know, please.
I dread to think how many of those notes are going to be stuck together. It's going to be shoved inside one of the bloody socks, isn't it?
Oh,
How many I'm going
something
to have
like that.
glitter on it is the real question.
He's just going to do a drive-by of your house, fill a sock full of dollar bills and like lob it at your door, and it sticks to your front door.
Thank God I have glass doors.
Oh, NCR, who are your 2 nominations?
My first nomination is a Florida man who called in a bomb threat at City Hall over a payroll dispute, who was promptly arrested outside of said City Hall by police.
That's special. Seriously special.
My second nominee,
Sort of thing a
Is-
sponsor would do.
Yeah, I think so.
our second nominee is an overachiever, a 16-year-old boy at early morning called the Jacksonville 911 dispatch, where he said he was going to enact a school shooting in Jacksonville, giving out locations set near said school, saying that he was on the verge of a mental health crisis. The Jacksonville 911 dispatch got in contact with the Jacksonville police and SWAT teams. They immediately started to ping the cell phone, and it was found out that it was at a high school in the city of Lakeland, Florida. Once the phone was tracked, they notified the Polk County Sheriffs, where Grady Judd got into contact with the Lakeland Police Department and the Bartow Police Department to go to the school in full SWAT gear to enact an active shooting incident, to only find out a 16-year-old boy had made said call to record it for a TikTok video.
What?
Now, this young
Yeah.
boy was
I get the
on-
feeling that this one's going to win. Just that's my personal feeling.
this young man had a promising future, as he was a starting lineman on the high school football team, not to be confused with soccer, but American football,
Mhm.
and had several colleges looking at him. And he pissed it all away for TikTok.
And now the only people that look at him are his cellmates. Terrible shame.
Terrible.
Oh,
Look around and find out.
indeed. Well, the Australian side of the nominations for the Captain's Award, first off, well, I'm going to have to use it again, NCR, because guess who's back?
Oh no.
The city of Townsville is under attack.
Back again.
Yep. we're back in Townsville, where a pregnant woman has been jailed after getting snagged on barbed wire while fleeing police from a stolen car, and all for a $184 sex toy.
Okay, I've changed my mind. That one's going to win.
And it gets worse. Yeah, I just want to reiterate, she was pregnant at the time.
Now, the question is, was it going up the bum?
I can neither confirm nor deny that.
How many pricks did she get at one time?
I dare say she must have gotten multiples.
I mean, is that how she got into that state in the first place? I mean,
Yeah, exactly. Our second story takes us to Merbein in Victoria, where a car thief on ice broke his arm and eye socket after falling off a roof while running from cops. So not only did he fail to evade police, he broke his arm, he broke his eye socket, and yeah, I think there may have been some other lacerations around his head as well from the fall.
But nothing of value was lost.
Evidently, no. Evidently not. NCR, who is the runner-up?
The runner-up is Gronk slips off ice and breaks his skull.
Oh, yeah. Congratulations, Marabine. You've done well. You've done well. But if that came runner-up, who won out of that set?
And the winner of the Fuck Around and Find Out award is Florida teen who calls in active school shooting threat. Congratulations. You fucked around and you found out.
Congratulations. Moron.
Thank you very much, Adrian.
I should have sent you that clip. That would have been hilarious.
We have
Oh,
to find that and use it.
we might be able to actually edit it in. So, I mean, there is that.
Nah, but NCR, keep that in mind. We need that for our lineup next year.
Yes, we are. If you would be so kind of sending me that clip, I would love to put it in.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to get a sponsorship from you, man. We gotta talk about some services you can provide us.
That sounded dodgy.
I'll get in touch with my secretary and she can make the arrangements.
Which, if you're listening in,
She's gonna kill me now.
oh, I know she will, and I'm looking forward to it. Now, our next
I
award.
had to fuck around and find out.
It wouldn't be the first time.
Yeah.
Our next award, NCR, is one very close to our heart, isn't it?
It is indeed. Would you like to lead us in on this one?
I think it's very appropriate. Our next award is in honor of a very special person whom, if you're listening in and watching this, I think you might need to have a quiet chat with us at some point. It is the Daniel Meredith Jones Award for dipshittery in politics.
This is a very special award for those who not only work in politics, but are those who are so involved in it that they can't help themselves but be dipshittery.
Now, we do have a very special sponsor for this one. NCR, I might need you to go and bring this one up, but I believe we managed to get some extra sponsorship for this from our good friends, Irish Demon Whiskey.
Oh, yes.
After a long day trolling grifters and nonces, nothing helps you relax better than a glass of Irish Demon Whiskey. Enjoy our fully oaked 20-year aged whiskey that gives a perfect mix of Irish passion and fire that only the demon himself can conjure from the depths of Ireland. Breathe fire with Irish Demon Whiskey. Come hard, drink responsibly.
Thank you, Irish Steven. Your whiskey has been keeping Dwayne pretty happy.
That's a good whiskey, isn't it, Mark?
Mm-hmm.
No good honey, but then again, what is?
Indeed.
Only the good honey.
Very good on. Well, let's get into our nominations. And, well, Jesus. I can't believe this, NCR. They pulled a hat trick. They pulled a hat trick.
No, don't. No, not again.
The city of Townsville is under attack.
They have been on an absolute tear this year, haven't they?
They have. Even
Now,
back
for
in
those-
the,
for
even
those
back
who
in the
don't know-
Discord days, man. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I know. So, Mark, to give you an idea, there was a period of 3 weeks in a row and 5 of 6 weeks earlier in the year where Townsville topped the charts for the shittest story of the week.
Oh, good lord. How on earth did they manage that?
And they
You're
still
about to
didn't
find
win.
out.
They still didn't win the shittest town according to our rankings.
Oh my god, really?
They're a bit top heavy. No
I know.
consistency. So,
No jokes, not enough time.
indeed. So, yes, we're off to Townsville once again, where the mayor of Townsville is under investigation for allegedly faking his military service and then managed to get paid $250,000 to straight out fuck off.
I remember that one.
Are you sure it's Townsville, or is it some random place in North Wales? Oh, no,
Maybe.
wait. He allegedly stole stuff, didn't he?
Mm-hmm.
Ah, sorry. I know where I got my wife.
I mean, it's not allegedly about it. He did.
Yeah, true. The other story takes us to Port Hedland in Western Australia, where a councillor has appeared on Russian television to congratulate Vladimir Putin on his election win. Why? Reasons. But hey, I'm sure my mate Vlad would be very happy to help you. That was a terrible Russian accent.
Da, comrade. Da.
My wife is gonna.
It should be better. Yeah.
My
You're
wife is
gonna
going to
get-
kill. Yeah, it's going to be my wife that kills me for that. NCR, who are your nominations?
I'll keep a seat warm in the afterlife for you.
My first nomination is a duo of Florida men who, while Hurricane Milton had made landfall, decided to rob a Donald Trump for President merchandise store, making off with several $100s worth of items, including coffee mugs, cowboy hats, and, well, I have to show this because one of these people look awfully familiar. And, well, let's just go full screen. Who does this gentleman remind you of? Somebody from the Nightcap Nation might have an evil twin out there.
Oh, no. No.
Coded. No.
No, I know you're referring to. You're not saying that's Parking Nick's doppelganger, are you?
That is Parking Nick's Florida Man doppelganger. I mean, look at him. Parking Nick, I mean this with all due respect, but control your evil twin.
The one on the left is definitely Coded's good twin, relatively speaking.
Now, my second nominee is a bit of a special one. I was raised in Florida, but not born in Florida. I was born in Ohio and currently reside back in the Buckeye State, where this story is only special because of this. But a Florida mayor, not Florida, an Ohio mayor, at a city council meeting that was televised, made the assumption that if they expanded ice fishing licenses, they would need to hire more personnel in case of emergencies. And if they allowed more ice fishers on the lakes and rivers, they would need ice shanties. And what leads next from ice shanties but prostitution? Yes, the mayor argued that if they allowed more ice fishermen onto the ice, that the ice shanties they bring would lead into a spiking rise in prostitution.
Well, I mean, in fairness, if there's a rise in prostitution, there's going to be a rise in something else as well.
Yes, but I don't know many hookers who are going to be wanting to trade services for walleye.
I mean, fair comment.
And you know they're not going to go bass the trout.
Oh, jeez. That's some good stories this week. That's some good stories. Ladies and gentlemen, our runner-up. And we have to pay credit because I've not seen a longer bow drawn for such a story as we saw like this. Unfortunately, it didn't win because it wasn't technically for Florida, but it is worthy of a runner-up. Is the Ohio mayor for trying to link ice fishing with prostitution. That is beautiful. NCR, who won the Daniel Meredith Jones Award for dipshittery in politics?
And the winner is Townsville Mayor, who who lied about military service and fucked off with $200,000.
Oh, wow. So who knew, Mark? It pays to allegedly commit stolen valor.
Apparently so. 200.
Unfortunately, he got paid in dollary dues, so, I don't know how valuable that's going to be anywhere else.
Yeah, it's not as valuable as a didgeridoo.
No, exactly. Exactly. I can imagine you're just sitting there just starting to chant out, you got $3 to a pound, you got $3 to a pound. You got $3 to a
Wait, that's the
pound.
wrong story.
NCR, what is... Oh, next award, ladies and gentlemen, is the Carl Johnson Award for Best Attempt at a GTA angle. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, a dedicated award for the best attempt at trying to impersonate an experience within Grand Theft Auto.
And with the GTA award, I will kick off the nominations. The first from Florida Man is a Florida woman who said, worker from God is who she is, was charged with the ambush of Florida officers, leaving one unalived. Yes,
Jeez.
she set up a ambush, GTA style, and, well, left one officer dead.
That is something you would expect to see in Grand Theft Auto. And Mark, I get the feeling that that's probably something you would have expected in something like maybe Vice City.
I mean, I'd come to expect it everywhere, to be honest with you. I mean, I only have to walk down the road in Grand Theft Auto and somebody, usually an NPC, tries to murder me. So, I mean, Red Dead Redemption isn't much better. So,
Now, my second nominee from Florida Man is the Florida Man who led police on a 3-county high-speed chase of speeds above 110 miles per hour.
Okay, that's pretty impressive, that.
Just trying to find a safe house.
Yep. Get in the safe house, save the game, come
yeah,
out, all your stars are
trying
gone.
to save his process, his
Yep.
progress.
We all know that a quick game save and a clothing change removes all stars.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it does.
Or getting a car painted in a spray booth, or mind you, I mean, I can see the need, not just for speed, but I can see the need to save a game regularly, because earlier on when I was playing Red Dead Redemption, I got shot dead just for standing there. I didn't do anything. Some guy just didn't like the fact that I was standing, within 10 meters of him, and he shot me in the face.
But did you provoke him?
Well, I mean, I killed his horse first, but that's beside the point. I went up to the horse afterwards, and
Sheriff Bart would not approve of that, Mark.
I gave it a little revive. You need a little revive. No, wait, that's the wrong.
Oh, yes, I love that. God,
Anthony, who are your nominees?
I've wasted many nights playing hot zombies like that.
Yes.
My nominations for the Carl Johnson Award for Best Attempt at a GTA angle. First off, it doesn't involve Townsville.
I want to be shocked, but I have a feeling they'll be back.
You never know. You never know. First off, we head off to Burnie in Tasmania, where a pest has pled guilty to a crime spree, which includes stealing a car to get home, carrying a meat cleaver and some nunchucks, and breaking into a police station to steal some lollies.
That's definitely Grand Theft Auto.
Yep. I don't know what was more impressive, carrying the meat cleaver or the nunchucks.
I mean, the lollipops have got it for me. Just, I mean, that's dedication. I mean, that's yeah, you've really
The
got
question-
to want that lollipop to break into a police station to get it. I mean, come on.
The only question I have is, how many times did he watch Enter the Dragon?
Enough.
Boy,
Enough.
no hit back.
Our other nomination is from Taree in New South Wales, where an apparent enthusiast has bashed an elderly taxi driver, stolen said taxi, attacked a dog walker, stole the bag with the car keys in it, stole the car, and then caused a 6-car pileup. Mark, that is impressive, isn't it?
I mean, not as impressive as shooting a guy's horse and then him shooting you in the face, out of revenge, but still quite impressive.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah, very impressive. And
He
all
must have,
in
must
little-
have really loved that horse. He must have been all in. Well, at least with a couple of fingers.
just the tip.
He loved Buttercup.
I mean, I was playing a game of poker on there, and the guy's just like, "I'm all in." I'm like, "That's not the first time you said that, mate. Come on, let's face it."
NCR.
You've said that to your horse on a lonely dark night, haven't you?
Mark, were you hit? Was he your huckleberry?
Don't
I'm
answer
your
that.
huckleberry.
Don't answer that. NCR, who's the runner-up for the Carl Johnson Award?
The runner-up is Gronk breaks into police station for lollies, armed with nunchuck and meat cleaver.
Oh. And we have to announce that this is actually tied as well with the lady sent by God to shoot a police officer. They both tied.
I mean, there could only be one winner. So we will set them up in a green room with a meat cleaver, nunchucks, and a katana, and see who comes out the winner.
No,
Please
we
tell
do
me
have
that-
a winner. The winner
You do?
is our enthusiast from Taree.
There can be only one.
There can be only one. And what is incredible about this was that it was in perfect sequence. So as they went through, it went 1 star, 2 star, 3 star, 4 star, 5 star. It hit full 6 stars. The military was charging in Taree of all places.
We will send your award to H Division with a packet of lollies just for you.
Oh,
Don't
boy.
include the meat cleaver and the nail file.
Yep, agreed. Our next award is the Coogee Bay Award for the shittest story involving food. Now, for those wondering why such an obscure award, this is in honor of the Coogee Bay Hotel in Sydney, where one of the original shit towns of Australia stories, where a man working in the kitchen at the Coogee Bay Hotel as part of a dispute with the hotel managers, started serving feces to customers whenever they ordered the ice cream dessert. I kid you not, you are all stunned, I know.
I know I am.
And
I mean,
with
to
that,
be honest with you, with the stories that I've heard so far, I would not be surprised if. I mean, that's probably the best thing to happen to an ice cream in this entire scenario.
Well, here's the thing. We actually did have a sponsor for this award, one of the oldest and closest friends to the show.
Get the very best in cooked and cured meats with Holy Smoke Barbecue. Come and join our residential Pope and the Papal Rotti as they serve up a godly spread of ribs, breasts, pork sword kebabs, and rumps from around the world. Whether it is glazed in their very own signature water-to-wine sauce or treated from the holy smoker itself, you are guaranteed to have an out-of-body experience as you bite down on meat sent from heaven. Holy Smoke Barbecue. We are never afraid to show off our meat.
Rest.
Yeah. Now there's only one thing that comes to mind every time we go there.
I
Yeah.
know I shouldn't eat thee, but sacrilegious.
Rest.
Mark, I'm telling you, you've got to try the rumps from around the world. It is just mouth-watering.
I'm just glad that wasn't a blue waffle.
Who are your nominees, Anthony?
The nominations for the Coogee Bay Award. First up, we head off to Warragul in Victoria, where a 12-year-old boy has threatened to set fire to a delivery driver's hair if she didn't give him McDonald's.
That sounds like a normal day on Grand Theft Auto. I mean,
It really does, in a way.
and Call of Duty. I mean, there are like 80-year-olds on Call of Duty who say worse things than that.
I mean, the audacity. Give him McDonald's, I'm going to burn your effing hair. And our second story takes us to Glenorchy in Tasmania, where an angry Gronk, probably angry at probably whatever he got served, decided to ram a Hungry Jack's drive-through. I mean, seriously, what is going on at Hungry Jack's this year?
Well, we know they're the home of the Whopper.
It's been a whopper of a year for them, hasn't it? Oh, that was bad. I know. I'm sorry.
Well, it couldn't be any worse than the first guy. I mean, the way he was stacking the onion rings was just very inappropriate.
Yeah, I just want to point out that was so bad. You should be on the bottom step. Just
Ain't no shame in my game. The Florida man.
I think it's just happened.
hostile takeover.
Well, the Florida men have not had this award go without some hard chasing. But the first nominee is a Florida man impersonates a local popular pizzeria to swindle tourists out of money. A 58-year-old Florida man had put up flyers with his cell phone number claiming to be a popular tourist destination in South Beach. When people would call, he would go to their hotels with frozen pizzas that he got from the store, or just showing up with raw dough and sauce.
Commitment.
Our
Grand Theft Auto.
second nominee involves a family dispute over pasta. A Florida woman was arrested for throwing a plate of ravioli at her sister, who claims she refused to share. I mean,
throwing the plate of ravioli, I mean, it is sharing, but okay.
I mean, sharing is caring, but the real question is, was it al dente? Was it, was it covered in marinara, alfredo? Maybe, maybe it was some chef Boyardee. We don't know.
Well, waste of good pasta.
Surprisingly,
I'm outraged by that.
Surprisingly, this was not the only time pasta was thrown in the state of Florida this year.
Oh, that doesn't surprise me, to be fair.
Since when did pasta become a weapon?
Well, apparently in the state of Florida, using pasta like that gets you a charge of aggravated assault with a weapon.
Is that
I mean,
like how a Kinder Surprise is now considered so dangerous it has to be banned in certain states?
Yes.
Oh, God.
Who is the runner-up?
The runner-up for the Coogee Bay Award for the shittest story involving food goes to the 12-year-old boy from Warragul, Victoria, who threatened to set fire to the hair of a delivery driver if she didn't give him McDonald's. I mean, fair effort, and this kid has got a long way to go in his career yet, so he may well get himself an award before you know it. But NCR, who wins the Coogee Bay Award?
The Coogee Bay Award goes to Florida woman who assaults sister with bowl of ravioli.
Ravioli, I like ravioli. Oh, Mark, I'm so upset, upsetty spaghetti at the loss of the ravioli.
I mean, nothing surprises me at this point. I'm just going to put that out there.
We warned you.
And we're not even done with the worst of the worst yet.
Oh my god.
We are now at the halfway point of the award ceremony. NCR, what is the next award?
The next award is the Hugh Grant Award for Debauchery in Public.
This
Yes.
is where I disappear.
And we do actually have a sponsor for this award as well.
Yes, let me bring them up.
Should be one that's very familiar to everyone.
Oh,
In
yes.
fact, I've got it right here, right now.
Allow your imagination to run wilder than Hulkamania down at Becca's House of Secrets. With a wide range of books, games, and accessories, Becca and her team will help you immerse yourself into whatever fantasy you may have. Mention the promo code HUN at checkout for 10% off. Check out their great range of products and make sure they see you next Tuesday at Becca's House of Secrets, where your fantasy is our secret.
Hey, listen, just a word to the wise. If you're gonna bring it up, just don't do it in public.
Oof, a little steamy in here now.
Very, very steamy. Yes, thank you very much to Becca's House of Secrets for sponsoring this award, a great supporter of our show. And NCR, your nominations.
My first nomination is a Florida couple tries to spice things up by having a romantic interlude on the beach where the male companion gets cold feet and ends up tied up and assaulted with a hatchet.
I mean, it could be worse. He could be salted by the sea.
This is true.
Oh, jeez.
And
that's bad.
That's pretty bad. But this is going to get a lot worse before it gets any better.
Oh my god.
Our second nominee, a lesbian threesome in a public pool in front of children.
Yeah,
this
don't do
one's
that.
special. This one's special.
And to answer the burning question, I know a lot of the degenerates are asking. No, they were not attractive.
Was that the one in the black bathing suit?
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know the one. I mean, not personally, but
You might want to rephrase that there. Big shoots.
I know the video footage.
Yeah. On the Shit Sounds of Australia side, our two nominations for the Hugh Grant Award. First off goes to Nambour in Queensland, where a serial public wanker has pled guilty to jacking off in a retirement home while wearing only women's underwear and covered in vegetable oil.
Well, you don't want to chafe.
It's, you know, maybe he was trying to audition for something, but I was stunned when I saw this, to be perfectly honest, because I just thought, you know, You know what the worst part is?
How much of it did you see?
We are going to name him. We are going to name him for this because he has pled guilty to it. His name is Vincent Michael Piccioneri. And, would you believe, NCR, we have a photo of him.
He better be fucking clothed, is all I'm saying.
He is clothed. I will guarantee you that. But, ladies and gentlemen, this is the man who thought it'd be a good idea to strip down to women's underwear and cover himself in vegetable oil while masturbating at a retirement village.
He looks like somebody we know in the Atlanta area.
He's about the same age. But Mark, what impresses me the most, how many chins does this guy have?
I count at least 12.
Yeah.
I'm going 4 on each sector of the face, so a total of 28.
I think his chins have chins.
Yeah. My second nomination is probably one of the funniest stories we've ever seen this year. And NCR, we did cover this as part of the podcast. It was a couple who were rooting in a public stairwell, slipped, dislodged a sprinkler system, flooded the entire city rail loop, and forced evacuation of 2 stations in Melbourne.
I mean, it's one way to get a wet.
Now, we can neither confirm nor deny that the water that flooded the city rail loop, whether it came from the sprinkler or whether the woman actually ejaculated during the play. But if it was the latter, fair play to the bloke for making her come that hard.
I mean,
Well,
there's a fair bit of squirting going on there, whatever the case. But
Yeah.
Well, let's be fair.
oh,
They couldn't afford the Mile High Club, so they could afford the Mile Below Club.
they got it as high as the ceiling.
I mean, they must have been using the sprinkler as support for it. I mean,
I know some people get aroused by showers and stuff like that, but I mean that's taking the piss a bit.
they're just quite literally. NCR, who's the runner-up?
The runner-up is pest caught masturbating, only wearing women's panties and vegetable oil.
I mean, when you see the photo of that guy, it pretty much sums it up, doesn't it?
Yes, but Anthony, who is the winner?
There could
I'm
only
gonna
be
put-
one
I'm gonna
winner
put
out
mine.
of this.
I'm gonna put my
Yes, go,
money
Mark.
on the subway squirter.
It's not the subway squirter.
Damn. That's what
It's
she
the lesbian threesome in the public pool.
said.
It just goes to show you should never swim while scissoring.
I mean, in fairness, they were all wet as well, so I mean, they kind of did what they were trying to do.
Our next award, ladies and gentlemen, is probably one of the more fitting awards that we're going to give here, and is in honor of a very, very infamous Floridian. It is the Jeremy DeWitt Award for the best story involving impersonation of police, sponsored by Florida Law Enforcement and sponsored by Metro State.
You know, Florida law enforcement, thank you for your service. Metro State, your check bounced. We're sending people.
Well, according to the last story, that's not the only thing that bounced.
Yeah, indeed.
Yo.
What
You
was
wanted
even...
me up here.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. And unfortunately, now that Jeremy DeWitt has been jailed, I think, what is it, for 7 years?
Yes.
This is the only time we're going to be able to. This will be the only time we're going to be able to honor him with his efforts here. So, NCR, we're going through it to start off with the nominations from my side for the Jeremy DeWitt Award. And would you believe both nominations are coming out of Melbourne?
I'm not surprised.
I mean, we're waiting for them to make a big play, and here it is. First off, we had an elderly couple terrorized by mongrels who were impersonating police officers. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, two guys went in dressed as police officers and robbed an elderly couple of several $1,000s of cash and jewelry. You absolute scumbags, I hope you get hunted down. The other one is, and this is actually slightly hilarious, a man breaks into a police station, steals the uniform and a gun before robbing a home, and then robbing a pub before getting caught having a beer at another pub in the same police uniform.
I mean, did he at least get a lollipop?
No, the lollipops were missing at the time.
But there was one thing that did happen with all of that, NCR. He did steal a gun from it. So he pulled out his gun.
His gun!
So, I mean, if he gets runner-up in this, does he get a lollipop as a consolation prize?
Quite possibly.
No, he gets a police explorer's badge from the state of Florida.
NCR, who are your nominations?
Metro State uniform.
We were trying to secure something from Blue Bacon, his Hetero State body pillow covers. But he sold out because of somebody named Jay DeWitt apparently bought them all.
At least he wasn't scammed in Ohio.
Yo. Our nominees for Florida Man in the Jimmy DeWitt Award goes to a Florida man learns why it is wrong to impersonate police in the state of Florida after he decked out his Dodge Charger with a roll bar, fog light, sirens, and flashing red and blues all over his car.
Now, to be fair, it is a Dodge Charger, and I could see this kind of thing happening. And I am a bit of a fan of Dodge Chargers.
Yes, but you kind of lose it when you misplace your decals all over the car.
Yeah, but I mean, this is less a case of a Dodge Charger and more of a dodgy Charger.
That is true. That is true. Our second nominee is a 68-year-old Florida man who impersonated a federal agent to avoid a financial background check on an apartment. He claimed that he was an undercover federal agent, so he was immune from all background checks, faxed over fake documents saying that he was a federal agent in the state of Florida to a real estate company who decided to double check it with local agencies where they confirmed he is not employed in the agencies at all in any form.
Jeez, that's impressive.
That's clever. I mean, he in fairness, he might get his accommodation, taken care of for the next several years. So, I mean, that's one way to get accommodation, I suppose.
Well,
just maybe not the kind he wanted.
Well, he was trying to get a high-end condo and is now getting a gray bar condo, apparently.
Yeah, he's getting a 6x4.
I mean, it's got an ensuite toilet. Who are the runner-ups for this award?
The runner-up, no surprise, goes to Melbourne, but it's which story it is. And it goes to the man who broke into the police station and actually stole the uniform and gun.
Well, a lollipop is on its way to him.
Yep. Give me a bit of a wobby.
Care of the local prison.
The winner of the Jimmy DeWitt Award is Federal Agent Florida Man.
I mean, that is impressive.
I mean, I know I don't have the best credit, but I don't think I'd go that far. Do you think when he was being arrested, he was demanding a sergeant?
Sergeant.
Well, I would hope that you wouldn't go that far, because otherwise you could end up on your own show in a different capacity.
Well, I do know this.
You are a Florida man, after all. So.
Hey. What about
Hey. None of
That's what Jeremy DeWitt said. Hey, Sergeant.
We do actually have a quote from him and the police where he was quoted to say, "I am a federal FBI agent." The police response, "I don't care." Although, strangely enough, the guy did have sweet hair from the 80s looking like Patrick Swayze. Wonder if he did some Dirty Dancing back in the day.
Well, he's going to do some dancing of a different kind now, isn't he? Let's face it.
As a private dancer, a dancer for
showers.
money, any old ramen will do.
There's going to be some squirting for a different reason.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are going to move on to our next award. It is the Plank Award for the most random theme this year. This one's a little bit of a quickie, but we will. This is always going to be celebrating. Hang on, did I just say that this is going to be a bit of a quickie?
Hey, phrasing!
Yeah. Yeah, you've said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What NCR, we've come across some very random themes this year.
Wait, did you just say
Yes.
come across? And quickie in the same paragraph.
I'll get things kicked off here. Actually, no, NCR, you kick off the themes this time.
In the state of Florida, we've had several themes, but the most reoccurring were the following: people throwing alligators for no apparent reason.
I mean, it could be worse. It could be, sleeping in bed with them.
Hey,
You're going to pool with them.
again, the mouth was taped. The second is, well, police impersonations. Police impersonations have been running rampant in the state of Florida. And, well, we can only say Motor One is rolling.
I tell you what, when an alligator impersonates a police officer, then I'll be shocked. And until then, I'll believe anything.
Hey,
Well-
Officer Snaps is one of the finest officers in Gainesville.
How funny would it be that if they you have like a lineup of police officers with their dogs, you got German shepherds, you got various police dogs, and then there's just one on the end with an alligator.
Somebody's got to go in the bayous.
That would
Oh,
just
yeah.
make my day. That would.
God damn. In Australia, there were two themes that really did pop up. One of them a little bit more serious, which was the youth crime issue in Queensland and Alice Springs, which probably more of a failure of the governments of the day just not cracking down on it. We're starting to see a little bit more of an improvement in Queensland, where they finally introduced US-style laws where if you do adult crimes, you do adult time. I think that's
Hell
fair,
yeah.
don't you think so, Mark?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
I mean, we've
But-
done that ourselves. Yeah.
Yeah.
In circumstances. So yeah.
But the other story that we do have, the trend that was really coming out, was Australia's obsession with stealing copper. And this is coming from all areas. This is stealing copper from, telecommunication centers. This is stealing copper from construction sites. Mark, NCR, this involved even stealing copper plaques from cemeteries.
Oh Lord.
Oh, God, what was it? For like the last 4 episodes we did, we had somebody stealing copper from
Well,
the most randomest places.
Yeah.
Mm.
Just weird. And NCR, who did get the runner-up for the Plank Award for the most random theme
The most random theme for the Plank Award coming from Florida was the throwing of alligators. We had not one, not two, but at least back when we were doing this on Discord, five different stories in a 3-week period of people throwing alligators at moving cars, neighbors, fast food restaurants, and 2 liquor stores.
I'm just disappointed that they didn't end up in another game of Worms. Alligators were thrown that much.
And also one bed.
Hey, Mark, I know where you live and I have access to crocodilians.
That is your
And it will be
runner-up.
a warning gator.
A winner of the Plank Award, and it has to be something truly special to come up with a theme like this. But for sheer randomness, sheer what the fuckery with this, the winner is those engaged in the theft of copper.
Just
Yes.
a fair warning, folks. Your award is not made of copper, so you cannot scrap it.
No, you're not going to get anything for it.
We'll send you a
NCR
participation ribbon.
NCR, it's time for our next award, and really, I'll let you introduce it because it does involve one of our favorite South Park characters.
Well, the last award was a big plank, so they could try to recruit it.
Well, our next award is the Mr. Mackey Award for drug use. And before we get started, we have a quick announcement from the sponsor of this award.
Drugs are bad. You shouldn't do drugs. If you do them, you're bad. Because drugs are bad, okay? It's a bad thing to do drugs, so don't be bad by doing drugs, okay? That'd be bad. The drugs are bad.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh,
And
would you like
believe
to?
it? We actually do have a sponsor for this one. Someone's actually forked out money for an ad for this.
Wait a minute. Really?
Yes. And it comes from the most unlikely of sources.
Want to make sure you're looking your absolute worst when you go to a court case to try and lose custody of your children? Then make sure you visit our good friends at BSBT Dentistry. With the finest in tooth decay and the very best in hobo looks, BSBT Dentistry will ensure that you look like you've just been snorting coke off a man's cock in the back streets alley. We also have very big specials for sovereign citizens and people who don't accept the jurisdiction or the requirements to be our father. Make sure you check us online at bsbtdentistry.com and make a booking today. BSBT Dentistry, proudly smashing your face right through a wall.
I mean, we actually got to see the fine doctor.
Yeah, we do.
And remember, folks, you can find him behind the dumpster on 8 Mile. Oh,
Boy. And our first nomination for the Mr. Mackey Award takes us to Bankstown in New South Wales, where a menace has been arrested after being busted while being drunk, suspended from driving, breaching bail, had his plates altered in marker pen. And what was the drug requirement? He had hidden cocaine up his bum.
well, at least we know his fanny was well numbed.
Yes, I mean, and would you believe I got a couple of photos for this as well, because this was happened very early on in the year. But first off, we do have a photo of the altered number plates. And I've got to say, it's a pretty weak effort, isn't it?
Did he?
I mean that's one way to alter them, I suppose.
It's pretty weak.
Did he get some whiteout tape and just smear it on there?
As well, yes. But what's he trying to do there? I get this one where he's trying to make it an 8. Or turn the 1 into a T. What the hell is this supposed to be?
I've no idea.
I know what it is. It's the guy from earlier in the year with the uncontrollable boner.
And below that, it kind of looks like, you know, what? Wait, what? Why does it look like an angry puffin with a top hat?
This is like the worst Rorschach test we've ever seen.
It gets worse. Ladies and gentlemen, behold the bag of cocaine that was contained inside his body.
I'm not touching it.
I don't think the police get paid enough to deal with stuff like this. I mean,
No, they really don't.
There's dealing with shit, and then there's dealing with shit.
The other story takes us to Hayfield in Victoria, where a Drongo tow truck driver has been charged with drug driving whilst turning up to help cops impound a vehicle on meth. What was special about it? He did it twice in the same day.
Oh, fucking do it again.
That takes a special that takes a special somebody to pull that off. You've just been done for being on meth, turning up to cops to help them tow a car that's been impounded, and then you go and do it again on the same day.
Well, that's a whole different kind of special.
NCR, who are your nominations?
The first nomination is a Florida man calls the police to test his drugs to make sure they're not bad after he broke into a house to steal them.
Seriously.
Yes.
Hey man,
He
I got some
called-
drugs. Can you test them, please?
He called them to ask them to test the meth to make sure it wasn't cut or stepped on. The police gladly volunteered their services to test it and arrest said dumbass. But our second nominee
Did
is
anyone say dum dum dum?
well, our second nominee is a entrepreneur in the field of drug use in the state of Florida, because not only was he yelling at shoppers to buy his meth outside of a strip mall, but yelled at an employee and chucked beer bottles at him before promptly being arrested with a fanny pack full of methamphetamine.
Well, that was clever.
Hey, yeah, he was a businessman doing business things.
Oh. Our runner-up for the Mr. Mackey Award for funniest story involving drugs goes to the man throwing the beer bottle while yelling out, "You want to buy some meth?" Oh,
And-
that was
and
beautiful, NCR.
It was. But our winner takes it because our winner is the tow truck driver who showed up to 2 different sites, high on meth and drunk off his ass.
Did I ever tell you the definition of insanity?
Very, very true. Very, very true. NCR. I think we've only got one award left before we get to our Hall of Fame nominations. What is our last regular award?
There's only one way to lead into this award, and it is the Fargo Award. Sponsor to this award is not only the oldest, not the first, but the longest time sponsor to the podcast. And well, let's take a look.
Need to clean up some fallen down trees or deal with an unwanted body? Then look no further than Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium. At Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium, we have the very best in materials and equipment to be able to clean up any mess that you so desire. Just make sure you ignore the red paint that is located in and around the wood chipper itself. Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium. Find us in the wood chipper section or give us a call at 1-800-CHOPPER-BODY.
Mention
Marcus.
this.
Carry on.
Mark, you still there?
I'm still here. I'm just dumbfounded by all of this.
Well, we're not even done yet. But if you actually mention this ad at Woody's, you get a free tarp.
That's a good offer.
Wait, a free tart?
Free tarp.
Tarp.
Tarpaulin.
Well, shatter my dreams, why don't you? Fine, be that though.
There's
Hold
gonna be
on,
somebody
hold
for
on.
that.
Hold on.
Oh, all right. My man Cornflake got the spirit. He a little confused, but he got the spirit.
This award is for those who are most deserving of a trip to Woody's. And my nominees coming out of the state of Florida are the following. A Central Florida deputy arrested for video voyeurism after hiding cameras in showers and toilets.
That's creepy.
Yeah, don't do that.
No. No. No.
You might win an award.
I think we can all agree for this.
You fucking weirdo.
Yes.
Accurate.
Most accurate. But our second nominee is a Florida woman who encouraged a 10-year-old boy to smash a 2-month-old's head on a tile floor through Roblox.
That's fucked up. That is seriously fucked
And here's the crazy thing. This isn't the first time she's done this.
Oh God.
It's just, I think there's only one clip that we can use to describe that scenario.
It's just not right. It's really eerie here. Something's fucky.
Oh yeah.
We head over to the Australian nominations, and our first nomination takes us to Serena in Queensland, where a pest has been charged after allegedly knowingly spreading his STI all over Queensland. I mean, if you want to talk scumbuckets, this bloke right here knowingly had an STI and decided, well, fuck it, I'm going to go bareback. And I'm not going to tell anyone.
Oh. I mean, I don't know what it's like over there, but you can definitely get charged with a crime for that.
Oh, don't worry. Don't worry, he was charged.
Excellent.
That is a crime in almost every country to knowingly spread any infectious disease, especially one through intercourse. You're in the States. You're looking at hard time.
And not without reason. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Second, if you thought that was bad. Our second story takes us back to Melbourne, where a suspended driver has been allegedly caught drink driving at 171 kilometers an hour
with 4 kids in the back of the car.
There's only one thing that comes to mind when I see this individual.
Oh, well, you can kindly go fuck yourself.
Yeah. I was wondering when he was going to pop up.
Hey, King Shark showed up in a suit. Well, it's
He
us,
did.
I should say.
He did. We do enjoy him. And NCR, it's a tough crowd. This one here, good lineup. Who is the runner-up?
The runner-up is the bloke who was spreading his STI around the globe.
What a scumbag!
And well
What a
deserved,
strange-
asshole.
Yep.
He is going to be given, as a runner-up to this award, a free trip to Camp Crystal Lake, where he can meet Counselor Voorhees.
Did someone say circumcision?
Oh. I think Friar Tucker's going to be handling that circumcision.
But who is the winner?
Oh my! I did not think anything would top that pest, that sex pest. But the winner for the Fargo Award for Wood Chipper Moment of the Year goes to the woman who tried to convince the boy to crack open the skull of the baby over Roblox.
Yes, this fine woman won her award, and she can pick it up inside the wood chipper at Woody's Wood Chipper Emporium.
And if you're unsure about which wood chipper that is, it's the one that's running.
And her extra prize that she's won is an all expenses paid room at the 13th floor at the Smackdown Hotel.
That's free.
You better leave it. You better leave a tip. Those maids get a bit cranky.
They do. Well, we have come to that point of the night. It is time for our inductees into the Hall of Fame. And the first one, NCR, is the Golden Turd. There is, when we went through the list, we were thinking that we would try and include one from each set of listings for the Golden Turd. But when we went through NCR, we both agreed there could only be one nominee for the Golden Turd this year, and in fact, the goldest of turds, we should say. Who won it?
This individual not only won it for the state of Florida and the continent of Australia, but the entire globe. The fucking piece of garbage who poured hot coffee over a baby.
Unprovoked.
Yes, the individual who did this sparked an international manhunt.
Mm.
And he is the first person to be inducted to the Golden Turd Hall of Fame. May you enjoy your prize in the bottomless pits of hell.
And all I could say as well is to Todd from Generally Specific, thank you for your very racist comments with regards to this. You almost got a mention. You almost got into this as well.
I mean, it was
Scumbags.
a tough. It was a very tough thing to do, but he just took it. I'm sorry, he just took it and earned his place in the Hall of Fame of Golden Turds. And I just have to, I just have to say this.
Go ahead.
I love the fact that Dwayne actually sculpted him out with Chopper Reed behind him in a menacing pose.
Yeah. Agreed.
It's beautiful work. Beautiful work.
It was beautiful work. Mark, it was from Brisbane.
the baby is going to make a full recovery but suffered second-degree burns to, I think it was about 50% of the body.
No, 75%.
75% was it? Second-degree burns to 75% of the body.
Jesus Christ.
Including torso, arms, neck, and face.
Poor little thing.
For no reason. No reason. But
Well, of course,
It's
it's no
time to-
reason. It's a baby. I mean, Fuck.
let's go to our second Hall of Fame inductee, the MVP. This is not because of outstandingness. This is because we respect the hustle, but you're still a piece of shit.
This is special, this. And we do have one for each listing. To start off with, the Shit Towns of Australia MVP of the year goes to a gentleman from the Gold Coast of Queensland who was charged with fraud after police shut down an alleged scheme to trade cash in exchange for demerit points. Now, Mark, this is amazing. I wasn't even discussing. I was impressed. The man allegedly used social media to advertise that he would accept money to pass on demerit points, which he allegedly did for more than 200 falsely nominated tickets. The man would nominate himself as the driver for the offence, and after receiving the ticket, he would then allegedly sign the ticket over to an unsuspecting third party who was the victim of identity theft.
wow, what a wanker.
Police allege the man had dealt with approximately $141,000 in fines and 695 demerit points.
Well, I think he's going to get a lot more than that.
You know, it's shit behavior, but I mean, I've got to admit, I'm impressed by that.
I mean, how they didn't figure out that something was seriously wrong before they even got to that stage, I don't know, but
And
okay.
apparently it'd been going for at least 3 years, and it only popped up after one of the alleged victims came forward to authorities when they received a fine for $20,000. I think someone got a little bit greedy.
A little bit.
Yeah, I'd say so.
NCR, who is your MVP of the year?
My MVP is a Florida man who claims to have scammed pedophiles for money and was arrested for having sexual activity with an animal involving drugs. A Spring Hill, Florida man was arrested due to deputies investigating possession of inappropriate images of minors. The man claimed he was using those images to scam pedophiles out of money. He was caught with 13 files containing different images of inappropriate acts with minors and animals that he was sending off to the victims. Now, the files also included exclusive videos of him engaging in carnal acts with said animals, and was also involved in the use of methamphetamines. But not only that, we have to show him because, well,
We were amazed when we saw this.
He looks like a white trash version of one of the Rhodes brothers.
That is 100% Dustin Rhodes. That is 100% Gold Dust.
What the hell did he do with his eyebrows?
I don't know, but let's enhance. Look at him. Look at Aaron. That is a
cat
look.
size.
No, that's because he is high off his ass. His
Yeah, I
eyes are
kind of figured that.
dilated.
It's I told you before, it's gold dust.
He is not the androgynous one. He's not the golden one.
But he would perform Shattered Dreams.
I think he already has.
Yeah, indeed.
There
Well,
could only be.
that was incredible, NCR. That story, I remember when it first came up, I was flabbergasted.
As was I when you came up with Cash with Demerits. I was actually impressed with the guy's hustle. But who goes into the Hall of Fame first? Who is the first MVP?
I think it has to go in order of when that story occurred. So when did your story occur?
This story was published September 12th of this year.
Oh, I got you by a week.
No!
Got you by a week. Mine was published on the 1st of, well, nearly 2 weeks. Mine was published on the 1st of September.
Well, that does it, folks. The
But
first
we have set the precedent, though. It will be done in order of time.
the first inductee into the MVP Hall of Fame for the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking Podcast is Cash for Demerits.
And the second inductee for the MVP of the year for the Hall of Fame for the Craptowns of Florida Man Power Rankings is, well, the man scamming pedos with the offer of bestiality pics.
No. It's not offering them the bestiality pics. That's what he was scamming them with.
Wow.
So they're thinking they're getting inappropriate pictures of minors. Instead, minor. Ah, what is that? A deer?
Oh dear.
Oh dear, that deer got 2 fingers.
Talk about having an 8-point buck.
2 fingers and a bag of crack.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Craptown Florida Man podcast for 2024. NCR, final thoughts.
When we first started doing this was just to bullshit around on Discord, but who would have thought that we would have become an officially recognized podcast on YouTube? And the journey we've had is just... There's not enough bourbon in my house to keep me sane.
We want to thank our many sponsors, our many supporters, those subscribed to NCR News Network, and those who regularly watch our premieres every week. We also want to thank some of our special guests who have appeared on the show. We've had the services of the captain, Jim Finch from Really Cool News, His Holiness himself, Pope Phil II, and now to finish off, of course, Mark the Sarcastic Law Student. Thank you very much for joining us here and gracing us with your presence. I imagine we'll have you back on here next year as well.
I imagine so.
We have to find a way to get the missus involved as well. Just don't tell her what we're gonna do.
Oh, she'll be down for it.
I'll try not to let on.
Oh, I think she's gonna kill one of us though.
Yeah,
This
she's
show
probably
will
going to
be-
kill me first.
This show will be taking a break for a couple of weeks, as there will be no more stories to be covered up. But I can rest assured that there will be a very extended list of stories when we come back closer to the end of January. And what better way to kick it off NCR than having our first episode airing right around Australia Day.
Nice. This is going to be a hell of a year for Florida Man. I'm calling it. I'm putting money on the books on it right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, until next time, I'm Anthony Caruso.
I'm NCR News Network.
And I'm just some random guy they picked up on the street corner.
Hey, we gave you a sandwich and a Coke.
I
And
mean,
we
it was-
promoted you.
it was a
We
very-
promoted you up the stage as well.
It was a very good sandwich.
There
I mean,
you go.
the Coke wasn't so great. I might have to get that tested at the police station just to make sure it's legit. But,
Well, you didn't complain about the extra mayo.
well, yeah, I mean, that was fine, but the cream in the coffee was salty as hell. Just yeah.
Didn't have cream for the coffee.
Wait, what?
Oh,
And on that note, be well, be safe, and we'll see you guys next time.
Ugh.